Hey YouTubers, welcome back to Mac User and another screencast, and on this occasion we're going to deal with Firefox. I'm going to show you two different methods of how to update Firefox in your Mac. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is just going to open up this particular model of Firefox, and if I click About in the window it shows the version, and this version is 49.02, and you'll notice that it immediately starts to download the latest version. This is quite a good little feature within Firefox. So you just sit there, let it download the latest version, and once it's reached it, it'll ask you to restart the web browser, and all you do is just restart Firefox. And in a minute I'll do that, and you can then see what version it is now updated to. And there is the option there just to restart Firefox to the updated version. So you click on that button, and then if I now go to Firefox to about this Firefox version, and there it is 51.01, and it's obviously the 64-bit version. So that's method one with Firefox and how to update it. Let's move on to the second option of how to update Firefox. Okay, let's look at the second way to install the update of Firefox. So from this screen, I'm going to quickly go into Spotlight, type in Firefox, up it comes, and you'll notice on the right hand side it asks you to actually download and install the latest version. So I click About Firefox, it note the version, which is 47.01, and obviously I can then click the option to update it. And this particular version actually downloads a full installer. So I'm going to click on OK, and then it downloads it to the downloads folder. Remember, I'm in Firefox here. I'm downloading from Firefox. I'm not actually using Safari to do the update. I'm actually using Firefox. And as you can see, much like Safari does, it downloads it in that little arrow there, as you can see on the screencast. And because I've selected it to automatically open as soon as it's downloaded, it's now opening the actual installer. Let's just quit Firefox itself, because we don't want that open, because that will cause a bit of an upset while the installer is running. And then I get my installer and then I drag it, much like I showed you in one of my other screencasts of how to install Firefox. And it gives you the option of the two, whether you can keep both or just replace it. And obviously my advice is to replace it. Put in your admin password, and then obviously the installer of that app will now be moved across to the applications folder. We'll just wait for that to finish. The same principle as I did with my previous screencast with this one is I'm going to eject the installer, delete the actual download, because I won't be needing that for again. So I move that into the trash, and then I can empty the trash if I choose to. Once I've done that, I'm then just going to open up Firefox to obviously do the update. So I'll type that in Spotlight, and up comes Firefox. And it obviously verifies the latest version. It will give you the security warning like it did on my previous screencast, and then it loads up Firefox. And if I now go, click actually onto Firefox and go to Firefox in the top left hand corner, About, and it indicates obviously which version of Firefox, and obviously it highlights that this version is a 64-bit. And then I'll just quit Firefox, and that is basically how the other method that you can use to install Firefox. So you've got both options there. So to recap quickly, we've got the option where you go to Firefox and About, and it automatically downloads the latest version, and then once it's downloaded you click Restart. Or if the version of Firefox is actually a little bit older, then as soon as you open Firefox, it will give you the option to download it, or you can again click Firefox and About this Firefox version, and it gives you the same option to download and install it. And on the second option screen that I showed you, it obviously downloads the installer, and much like my screencast of how to install Firefox on a new machine, the same principle applies. Download the installer, and when you move it into applications, it'll ask you to obviously whether you want to keep both methods of or both versions of Firefox, or whether you want to actually replace the old version of Firefox, which is what I would recommend. And then you put in your admin password, delete the installer, and you'll then back up and running once you reopen Firefox and it reinitialized. So thanks for watching this one. I hope you enjoyed it, and check back for later for some more updates.